Hello, hello. It's the 1st of December. I cannot believe it is December. Holy crap. Oh, do you see the bunny, Pancho? You see the bunny? Little bunny Foo-Foo is outside. You see the bunny? Pancho's like, what the hell is that, a cat? I just got home from work. It is 2 in the afternoon. I'm working an early shift, so it is really nice. It's not nice getting up at 4 in the morning, but it's really nice getting home at 2 in the afternoon and like the house being nice and quiet. Pancho was happy to have me home, I think. He's being a little dramatic. Poor Pancho. He's so mistreated. And the morning shift's a little bit different than the evening shift. I kind of like it. So anyway, I thought I would jump on to try and keep myself from falling asleep and do a recording update on the Earth Angel project. I just let my hair down. I had it in a braid. You see, I already saged. Palo Santo this place. Keeping up with my spiritual practice. Reaching out. Accidentally dropped my Palo Santo in my candle. Got a little fire there. Whoa. I love Palo Santo. Ugh. It just smells so good. Okay, simmer down. Got a whole flame. There's a lot of energy we're clearing out apparently. Changed my picture in the background. There's my daughter Adela and her dance called La Bruja, like her mama. We call it the Bruja because they actually do this really cool dance in these white dresses. They almost look like ghosts. And the whole time they have a lit candle on top of their head. And no, there's not a headband holding it. She actually can do that whole dance and all the footwork without dropping that candle. And she's dropped it occasionally, but not very often. I'm very proud of her. It's really cool. So when I painted that picture, that's one of my favorites of her folklorico dancing. And that is a candle on her head. And she is the light of my life. I love my child so much. I really, really do. All right. Yeah, we got some flames coming up in here. Pancho, you want to come say hello? Come here, Panchitos. Come here, handsome boy. Come here. I'll turn this off. Let me sage you. Let me Palo Santo you. Come here, handsome boy. Oh, there's my boy. Is he not the most handsome boy ever? Are you happy I got home early? He's like, woman, you confuse me. We had a little wrestling last night. I thought Adela was the worst bed hug. This sack of potatoes is the worst bed hug. You can go look at your rabbit. You can go look. Go look at your funny bunny over there. So yeah, we were not each other's favorite person. We were both fighting. I was like, move, ooh, I was yelling at him. But I love him. And he kept me warm. The thing is, so it started finally snowing here in Utah last night. Yesterday was so beautiful. But he likes to sleep under the covers. He's a little radiator. I mean, he's just pure muscle and he overheats. And so like I'm laying in bed and it's nice and warm and toasty, but then he starts, yes, I'm making fun of you. He looked at me like, bitch, I know you ain't talking about me. Yes, you, Cletus. Yes, I'm talking about you. And he starts hyperventilating, and then I start sweating under the covers. So I kept telling him to get out from under the covers, but he likes to be under the covers. He's just it was a little bit of a dilemma last night. And the fact that I knew I had to get up at 4 in the morning. And it was already, like, I think I woke up at 11, 12, 1 o'clock, and then I woke up right before 4 o'clock, like a minute before 4 o'clock. So, and then of course, he doesn't want to go outside to go potty. Even this afternoon, it's beautiful outside right now, and he still was like, it's too cold for my huevos. It's too cold, I don't want to freeze my huevos off. So anyway, Pancho is not used to this very, very chilly weather, but we will get used to it. Anyway, so what is going on in the Earth Angel novella, the Earth Angel project? It's been kind of interesting because I do have a lot of smoke up in here. You know, I've been looking at the Earth Angel project, of course, is a fictional storyline that I share as I channel the Earth Angel that kind of takes on world events, but also, you know, takes on, it's really helped me in my healing process because I talk a lot about my upbringing. I talk a lot about, dude, what do you want? You know, my background being raised Mexican Mormon in San Antonio, Texas, you know, being the heathen single mother that I am, living now in Utah. And, you know, considering that this Earth Angel project talks about Mormonism, you know, the fictional part is, of course, the fact that they're involved in this evil cabal that's trying to kill the Earth Angel because she's exposing them for being a demonic cult. I mean, that's the fun fictional part, right? But the reality is, as I've been telling this story, I have, for the first time in my life, looked up the history in the Mormon church, like really, really investigated it. I've done the sinful thing, which we were always taught not to do. And, you know, as I've learned in my spirituality, learning more about esoteric knowledge and the occults and things like that, just to understand this project more and understand, you know, why these evil cults are going after Earth Angels, not just me as the Earth Angel, but other light workers or people that are truth tellers or that have intuitive abilities that can literally call out bullshit on fucking liars. Okay, Pancho. And although, you know, that part, I can't prove it. There's actually satanic ritual abuse in the Mormon church, or that, you know, some of the endowments and all those things. I mean, I can prove that they are Masonic. But it's just interesting how this story there's actual evidence, you know, to support this fictional story. Right, Pancho? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy, boy? I know. And so, hold on. It is very freaking smoky in here. Let me open up the windows, buddy. Okay. I'll try not to let this one take too long. Yeah, right. I always end up babbling. I never know so when I do these video journals, I never know what exactly I'm going to be covering. And I'm always like, oh, it's only going to take a few minutes, and then I end up babbling for like an hour. But it's kind of updating the storyline, using world events, and then also, you know, because I'm crazy like that, using, telling the story through different media memes, through social networks, you know, through memes, through other artists, music videos, but I also do the storyline through tarot also, so I make a collection of tarot. And yes, of course, Donald Trump is part of the evil cabal, as are many others. It's not just the Republican thing. It's really interesting. Oh, Sabby Sabs. I love her. She's an amazing podcaster. Her name is Sabrina. I don't know her real name. But I posted one yesterday. She did a really good one about another gentleman from Afghanistan that had been arrested. So as we know, there was a young man that shot and killed that poor 20-year-old girl. And that young man that's National Guard is in critical condition right now. And I'm sending good juju out to him and out to her family, because there was no fucking reason that those people even needed to be in DC. This is all a fucking ploy from that evil cunt, neck twat, Donald Trump. Just another diversion, another distraction, and he fucks with people. He plays with people's lives. Now, in this storyline, like, he doesn't give a shit. Like, even Charlie Kirk, who was once his personal assistant, he okayed the death of his for entertainment purposes only. You know, but it certainly benefited him in many ways to be a distraction from all the Epstein shit. And, you know, he got to, you know, the way that he doesn't feel so guilty about it, and kissing on and rubbing up on his wife and trying to get his VP to marry her instead of his Indian wife. You know, he gives him a holiday, or he lowers the flags half-staff. And Charlie Kirk, I don't like the dude. I called him Tiny Tubes. I mean, he was a huge part of this Earth Angel novella that I've been talking about. Not a huge part, but he was a part. I talk shit about him all the time on this. And there was a point, like, I was proud of him because he was talking about Epstein. And then when Donald Trump said, we don't want to talk about Epstein, he was one of the first that said, yeah, I'm kind of tired about hearing about Epstein. And I was just like, you know what, fucker? You're full of shit. But he started, before he died, he started to push back. And I was watching, that's why I love this project, because, like, I would never, ever, ever listen to him or Candace Owens or Tucker Carlson or Alex Jones ever. And, oh, that's what Sabby Sabs was talking about on her podcast. Like, she brought up something about Alex Jones, and she's the same way like I am. Like, I would never listen to him. And she put on a clip of him, and of course, Alex Jones is talking about CIA sleepers. So the guy that shot these two National Guardsmen was recruited at 15. My daughter is 15. He was recruited to go against his own people. And that is why he was brought to the U.S. And it's just really fishy. It's really fishy the way he randomly, hold on. That was kind of creepy. Someone just walked past my window, and I wonder who that was. That's weird. Anyway, it's really fishy. Poncho's like, who the hell that? Keep an eye out, Poncho. But he worked with the CIA. It's already a big flag, because in this Earth Angel novella, CIA is all over the MK Ultra mind control. That's why I've been posting shit about it. And, you know, when I'm telling it as a fictional story, I sound like a conspiracy theorist and ha ha ha, and it makes for a really good story. But then I find actual evidence about what the CIA is a piece of shit, man. Like, really looking into the history of MK Ultra and them bringing over Nazi scientists, like, talk about the cream of the crap, because they wanted to learn more about mind control. And that's factual. I mean, there's actual evidence of them doing that. There's also, you know, you find out in the 70s and getting rid of all the documents. I mean, and the experiments were so fucking cruel. Like, how do you do that to people and sleep at night and think that you're like, it's just fucking crazy. And it's just like, how do we allow genocide in Gaza right now? Like, how do you sleep at night because you took a payoff from AIPAC or Israel, knowing that they're using our tax dollars to kill children? And these are not like, oh, they're just collateral damage. No, these fuckers are aiming for the head, for the chest, for the genitals. I mean, it's fucking cruel. This isn't me making this shit up. This is real stuff happening. And so sometimes, even though this is a fictional story, it's not hard to believe that it could really be happening. And that's what kind of freaked me out about like telling this part of the story about the Mormon church, because even though it is fictional, are they really trying to kill me? I doubt it, or I have no proof of that, right? As an earth angel, not me, Terry De La Rosa, but as a psychic that is on a platform telling all their business and telling her own personal experience of when, and this is a true fucking story, you know, she went to them, her bishop, when she was young, and they didn't, they protected the predator, or they didn't encourage us to file charges, and that abuse continued, and especially for my older sister. I don't even talk to my older sister, because it really fucked her up. I mean, she was already fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. My older sister is already a narcissist, but living for years, having an affair with her uncle, and I'm talking a full-fledged, she was fucking obsessed affair with, incestuous. It was disgusting. It really messed with her. And in turn, it really fucked with me. You know, he messed with me too, but it was not nearly to the extent that it went with my sister. And it turned her into this teenage, psychotic, cruel sibling. And I can't blame her completely for it all, because she was living in the home with her uncle that was having his way with her every night. And so her jealousy towards me and anger towards me, it just, it was not a healthy environment for any of us to be living in. And people from the church knew, people in the family knew, and no one did anything. And I hadn't talked about that in decades. And that's honestly part of the reason why I don't talk to my mom to this day, and why I don't talk to my sister to this day, because while working on this project, I really needed to heal myself. I know that seems selfish and cruel or whatever. Well, there were other reasons too. I mean, my sister accused me of trying to steal her fucking identity when I was trying to help her. And I saw her ugly jealousy, and I saw her cruelty come back just a few years back. And I loved myself enough to say, no mas, fuck you, we're done. Go fucking heal. And I took my own advice. I spent the last 2 years working on healing. A little unorthodox, I might say, but when you lose everything, you lose your job, you lose your house, you lose your car, you lose your family, you lose every fucking thing, and definitely lose your insurance, you have to find ways to heal, as unorthodox as they may be. And that is how I came up with the Earth Angel Project. It was a way of telling my story. And of course, parts of it are fictional and are for, let me rephrase that, are for entertainment purposes only. Because even though, you know, obviously I can't prove that my ex is gang stalking me, or I mean, I don't know if he still is. I know that he was before. He told me he was. Yeah, having government clearances, a little bit too much power for a narcissist that is insecure. Well, all narcissists are. That's why they're narcissists. So anyway, this was my way of keeping myself sober, keeping myself semi-sane, and also transmuting my pain through a creative outlet. Not through sex, not through drinking, thank God. Not through hurting myself like I've done before. And then finally saying out loud my truth. And it's been fucking amazing. Very empowering. So that's what's been going on with the Earth Angel Project. And, you know, of course, in my little land, I'm able to talk about stuff, but then I take on this persona of the Earth Angel, and she is literally dealing with the evil cabal. I mean, that's why I'm always posting shit about whether is this true or not. I mean, the fact is, Benjamin Netanyahu is a fucking war criminal. Whiskey Pete should be under the jail. He is a murderer. You know, all this stuff. Junk drawer Kash Patel. Oh my gosh. Him and the Charlie Kirk stuff. He wouldn't get off the fucking plane until he had his FBI jacket. And I want to have those patches too, like those others. He had to get a chick's jacket, which is so fitting for him. They only had large and extra large, and he's such a tiny little Napoleon man that he was so upset that one of the girls on the FBI team had to give him her jacket so that he could come out there. Like the big, I don't even know why the fuck he was there. And that happened so close to my home, like literally. My daughter's school was on lockdown, and she walked home when there was a gunman. But no, Kash Patel said, no, we've arrested him twice. Full of shit. I mean, that was so crazy. And in the Earth Angel novella, of course it was an Israel Mossad type, you know. It was, I mean, because in actuality, I said this the day that it happened, as the Earth Angel, as the fictional story. It was Israel, blah, 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 blah. And then it turns out Candace Owens, whom I never would have watched, and that's what I love about this project. It's kind of what Savvy Sab said, is that it's taught me not to be nonpartisan. Like, I don't agree with everything that Candace Owens says at all. The fact that she was a Trump lover, you know, it almost got me to where I never ever listened to her. But podcasters like Sabrina, who worked at like Brown University, she's an educated, beautiful African-American lady that has taught me how to be very much nonpartisan and to look at the bigger picture. And through her, like she posted the other day, Alex Jones, on this guy from Afghanistan, and he's got part of it right. The conspiracy theorists, he's talking about there's like sleepers, and that there's like a switch where they're kind of MK Ultra, and but it's the Democrats, of course, that are doing it. Bitch, it don't matter. It's both at this point. Like she really brought up a good point. Like, that's what our problem is that, and me included, you think it's just like, I made fun of QAnon so much, and I still kind of do, because it's so extreme. Like, but I would never ever listen to them because it was only the Democrats, and I never listened. Now, when I worked on this project, you know, I've been surprised. Like, the Clintons have a lot of splaining to do. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm telling you, as a non-part, it took me a long time even to watch that, to look into the hit list, the Clinton body count, just like the Epstein body count. I mean, it's, but the truth is the truth is the truth. And if they were involved in shit, then they need to be fucking held accountable. I don't care if they're blue, red, or purple. I don't give a fuck. And that's where, like the QAnon, in this story, as the Earth Angel tells, people, you know, they give them half-truths, enough for it to be real. But sometimes the ones who smelt it dealt it. And that's what I always say about Trump. Like, I could never understand, because I have always, just me personally, 2016, when he came down that escalator, I got sick to my stomach. The child that's been raped, you know, knew that motherfucker was a predator. Knew it. I still fucking know it. And then when, in 2016, I was vigilant about, is it Katie Johnson, the young lady, the 13-year-old, that I was posting it on my wall, and people were just like, you are vile, why are you talking about this? Because it was a 13-year-old that he tied to a bed, and if you listen to the story of how manipulative and gross it is, it just, ugh. And 2 years ago when I started this project, like, I started being more vocal about it and posting about it, oh boy, did it open my throat chakra and give me a voice. But my daughter was 13, and I can't help it. I can't help but look at what these girls went through and not think of my daughter. And fuck you, Meghan R. Kelly, for saying, well, you know, she was 15. It's not like she was 8 years old. Fuck you. Your daughter's 13. Would you leave her alone with that fucking predator tied to a bed, playing out a rape fantasy with Trump? Would you do that, you cunt? Ugh. I know I need to be better about my words, but I'm not Jesus. I'm just an Earth Angel, channeling the Earth Angel. Anyway, okay, so I know this story is so huge, but what Savvy Sav said was, you know, about Alex Jones. She does show a clip, and I wish people would watch it, because she talks about also, you know, how, you know, how we're so stuck on partisan things that we can't just all agree at the end of the day, that if there are people, doesn't matter what party they belong to, but if they're manipulating people, if they're purposely doing psyops, if it's the blue party and the red party working together to make a narrative or make distractions, and they're literally killing people in order to do so, we should just stop fighting about who's on whose side. And it's hard, because I talk a lot of shit about the maggots. I'm pissed at them. It's hard, and I'm sure they felt, some of them, you know, feel that way about the Democrats. Like, why can't you see the Clintons are like this, or people are like this, and you're so dumb, and that's exactly what they want us to do. And in the meantime, such corruption is going on, and it's heartbreaking. And we've gotten so desensitized that I didn't even realize what was going on, what's been going on in Gaza. And this isn't about the chosen people. This is about men that don't want to take accountability. Benjamin Netanyahu, the biggest bitch on earth, and his drunk fucking cunt wife don't want to be fucking held accountable. If you look at their background, he was just like Trump, about to be arrested. He is a fucking war criminal. Literally, a war criminal. He will do anything and everything to stay in power. He's not even a fucking religious. He's not even Netanyahu. What's his last name? He's probably like Faulkner or something stupid like that. Like, he's not even a genuine bona fide Jew. He's just a bitch. He is. And he's been given way too much power. And he got in bed with some nasty, nasty people to get there. I mean, I want the death penalty for Palestinians, prisoners. You know, who's that guy with the fucking glasses, that fat little shroom dick bitch? Oh, I can't stand that cunt. Every time I see him, like, I can read energy, and every time I've seen him on TV, that fucking, I'm just like, ugh, that cunt is evil. And I don't, it's curly hair, you know, fat fuck. I know, this is why I don't claim to be Christian, you know, Christ-like, or be like a role model. I'm not. I am human. And that guy is a bastard, is a fucking bastard. And Benjamin Netanyahu would have nothing to do with him until he needed to be prime minister again. So that, like Trump, he wouldn't have to go to fucking prison. And now he's got this fucking Yahoo in his cabinet, just like we have this junk drawer cabinet in the US. It's so fucked up. Then this Earth Angel story goes into China, who, I haven't touched on this story, but the day Charlie Kirk got killed, this beautiful young Chinese actor was sacrificed, like literally thrown out a window by the elite. And shit, I couldn't even write a more dramatic story. Like, we have no idea what's going on the other side of that world, but the way it is connected to such high-level cunts, and the things that they are doing, like art. I know it sounds crazy, but this is real shit. Like, it's tied into. And Asian cultures are very much more connected to spirituality and ancestors and old, you know, religions than the West are. You know, we think we're much more. No, these motherfuckers are a lot more superstitious than we are. And the things that they have been doing, again, no regard for human life. I mean, literally owning people, harvesting. It sounds crazy, but literally having children and harvesting them for their designer babies. And even using using their industry, you know, like that guy was an actor. And one of the things that he found out was they literally used him as a shell company and were laundering money in his name. And that was part of what he found out and why he had to be silenced. Amongst other things of the elite wanting him to be their boy toy. I mean, it is a very, very fucking vile story that this young man endured. Like, I thought we were bad in the US. And we are, don't get me wrong. Just the cruelty that this young man had to endure. And it wasn't just when he died. Like, he endured for years some really, really cruel things. Oh, I tell you, it's draining sometimes working this project. And the thing is, it's draining because it's based off real stuff that's happening. That's one thing to say, wow, thank God this is just a story. young man really did die. And the elite know about it. And it's so twisted. And same thing with Charlie Kirk. You know, I don't like the little fucker, but he didn't deserve what happened to him, especially from people that he trusted. But you know, Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel, they felt they owned him. They're the ones that groomed him. They're the ones that they literally, Israel right now is losing, as they should, because this is part of the prediction in this Earth Angel novella, right? They're losing the support. Fuck John Hagee in San Antonio, Texas, who's a fat fucking liar, who is trying to convince people that, you know, supporting and honoring Zionist and turning a blind eye to them, the genocide that they are fucking committing. How do you call yourself a fucking Christian, you piece of shit? I know. This project will not make me popular. And I don't give a fuck. It's just the truth. As I see it. As I see it as Terry De La Rosa, as I see it as the Earth Angel, you know, from a higher level, looking at things from a higher perspective. Like how do we, you know, in one of my crazy podcasts, David Icke, I think his name is, I said this yesterday and I'll say it again, you know, he talks about how we are, and I say it's like drinking from a fire hose, especially with this Trump administration. There's so many things. The lawyers the bimbo bitches I mean, God, you women, I don't care if you think you look good. You have set women back so far because you only got there because you were on your knees or kissing the ring, you know. Ugh. So you've got these stupid women attorneys, and I know some, sorry, Pancho. I know some amazing female attorneys, and it drives me fucking crazy that female attorneys are being represented by bimbos with the MAGA makeover. Ugh. See, I'm telling you, this project, it's really helped me to pay attention. But David Icke had said in his, because I don't just pick on the Mormon church, it's also the Catholic church. Don't even get me fucking started on that one. But he talks about how this project has really opened my eyes to so much that is going on. And it is like drinking from a fire hose. And some days, you know, I realize it's like there's distraction after distraction after distraction. It's the Democrats versus the Republicans, and that's why Trump has made it so the Democrats, that's why he says the words are retarded. That's why he, you know, calls people piggy. It's to just be outraged at that and just focus. And then you look like Kash Patel with your cross-eyed, right? Just focus on this one thing and not pay attention to how he is literally bribing his way. I mean, look at the pardons. Look at the war crimes. Look at the child sex trafficking. Look at the money laundering. Like, he's involved in all of that shit. Yes, sir. But if he can just get you outraged about Piggy, and it's a good reason to be fucking outraged, because the pot calling the kettle black, right? Mwah. But they try and get you to be cross-eyed. Just look at that one thing so you don't pay attention to the big picture. And so my project is hoping to help people to learn how to drink from a fire hose and breathe underwater. Still pay attention. And not lose your mind when you're taking on the horrible things that are happening in humanity. That is not fiction. This world is dense. I swear it is the hell planet. I swear to God. It is like the devil himself is the creator and has played this huge trick on everyone, saying he is the one and only true God. You only serve me. I am jealous. I will allow genocide. I will allow all this, and I will tell you it's your fault because you don't worship me well enough. I swear that's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening in the Earth Angel novella, but it doesn't sound that fucking far-fetched, especially when you have religions like the Mormons who protect child sex predators, who, you know, hoard billions, almost $400 billion. At this point, they don't even fucking need their members anymore. They really don't. And they were built off of, on a throne of lies, with a warlock, magician, prophet. I shit you not. Joseph Smith was into black magic. I am not kidding. That, I know that sounds fucking crazy. Oh, it's folklore. What do you think the scene stones were? Crystal balls. He was a treasure digger. Do you not understand? That's like, oh, he would go on the solstice to go once a year meet with the angels. I don't think those were good angels, baby. He was literally, there are court documents of him sacrificing animals while doing that. This isn't me making this up. This is actual truth, if people would fucking pay attention. So, as crazy as this story is, it wouldn't surprise me, because that church claims to be the one true church on earth. And then you look at the Catholics. You know, there's this one story, Joe Moreno, Father Joe Moreno. I mean, there are good people in the church. I loved and love some people that are still members of the church. Then you have people like Joe Moreno, who was actually a good Catholic priest, who was on his way to speak up the next day, just like Ivana Trump, right? You know, who died the day before she was gonna be in court. Wow, what a quinky-dink. And she's buried in a weed-filled plot on a golf course, so now he can get a tax relief from that too. What a piece of shit, man. Anyway, Father Moreno, who apparently killed himself by using his left hand, even though he is right-handed, shooting himself behind, using his left hand, that had been stabbed 7 years before when someone else tried to kill him for speaking up. Like, this is, and these are real true stories. I'm not kidding. Like, so I'm saying, like, yes, the evil cabal, the part that the Catholic Church is really, you know, keeping us suppressed, and they support the demigod, you know, the Lucifer, the demon that created the earth and you know, pulled a fast one on us in this fictional story. You know, they make it really easy because there are true examples of priests trying to speak up and them being silenced. There's true examples of nuns trying to speak up and them being silenced. The ones that live are the cunts that, you know, beat the shit out of indigenous children. You know, how... And those are true stories. I mean, what we did to the indigenous people and them and these Catholic, there are bodies upon bodies upon bodies. When you look at, I was wearing the other day, Every Child Matters with the buffalo on it. Like, I didn't even realize how many children were killed. And not just here. I mean, even in Ireland, they found at a nun, what do they call those, like convent? Not that long ago, just hundreds of children's bones. Hundreds. And when you look at the Native Americans, you see how many they started with, and only thousands upon thousands that they started with, and only, 200 graduating? The things that they did to Native American children purposely. Oh. It hurts my heart, because even though this story is fictional, the travesty is, there's so much truth to the cruelty that churches, in the name of God, not the Most High, not Source, not Universe, because that is not the same. It is not. That's why I love this project, because I would never have known who the fuck I am, what divinity I had in me. I mean, that's one good thing the Mormon Church taught me, was that I am a child of God, but I am a child of the Most High, not their fucking God that demands 10% in order to be in their celestial kingdom, that listens to me as a teenager tell about my sexual exploits or my abuse, and not do fucking anything about it. And not just me, oh my God, the stories. Anyway, I'm gonna need to sage again. I don't know if I'm gonna upload this one. It's a heavy one, but I tell you, sometimes this project, it wears me out. But it makes me look in the mirror too. And I know I'm not perfect. Because I know, at some point I have to forgive. But it really does. It makes me look in the mirror. It makes me look at my triggers. And it helps me find different ways of transmuting my pain. Instead of drinking. That's why I don't talk to my family right now. How could they understand what I'm processing? I have this story inside of me that's at least 90% true. There really is a genocide going on in Gaza. There is crazy things happening in Congo. There's, Somalia, which Trump is obsessed with at this time. There really was a young man in China, and he wasn't the only one. There's 7 stars, at least, industry stars, that were unalived. They keep falling out those windows. Under strange circumstances, under the same entertainment company that's run by the government. It's so fucked up. Those are all really true stories. And no one's paying attention. And no one cares. And I want so badly to share this story publicly. But, I know that if anyone was listening, and if 90% of this shit is true that I'm saying, and I've been able to connect the dots, there's no way, let's just have a Kim Kardashian or the Mormon wives, let's distract them with some plasticky people like them. And I can't even hate those girls as much. I almost feel sorry for them. I do judge them sometimes. But they're just like this, like Kash Patel, just focused on one thing, and they don't see the bigger picture or even how they're used. Anyway, I know, deep thoughts. I swear I'm sober. I'm not smoking, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing anything. This project can be heavy. It's weird, it can be very heavy, but then it also can be so enlightening. Because I can see it all now. And my hope and my prayer is that some way, somehow, I can help people to see it all too. And help them to see it doesn't matter if we're blue, black, brown, red, purple, blue, whatever. That we are source. Not these motherfuckers that tell us all these rules and things that, no. We don't need to be treating each other the way that we're treating each other. We've been taught that. We have been taught to hate each other. We have been taught to fight against each other. And I have to remind myself that, even when I'm like downloading these fucking stories that are true, calling the governor retarded, calling a woman that's just doing her fucking job stupid or piggy, you know? Ugh. Like, how sad to be that fucking pathetic. And, you know, not that I'll have any empathy for that neck twat, but his world finally is falling apart around him. Finally. That motherfucker will be held accountable. I seen it. I seen it in my dreams. I've been saying it for 2 years, and it's coming. You don't have to pay attention to mainstream media. Don't, actually, because they're, you know, giving you the cross-eyed Kash Patel. So my hope is not to, you know, this is, I call it my spiritual recovery program. It's like my soul retrieval. It's remembering who the fuck I am by telling this story. And it's my spiritual journey. And my prayer is to just give an example of how to do it. I don't need to become rich or become a star or anything like that. I don't want that, because there's a lot of things you can criticize about me. And I'm human. And I know I fuck up, and I know I am not the most eloquent person. But one thing I am, and that's honest. To a fault. So, I hope that I can share this project with others soon, so that they can learn for themselves, not because of the story that I tell, but because they know deep down inside what their truth is. All those intuitions, all those stories they've heard in their head, and them convincing themselves they're wrong, you know. Anyway, I am grateful for this journey. I'm grateful for my ancestors, because I do feel them. And I know they have supported me through this journey because I have felt very alone. If you know me at all, you know I'm a lover of people. I'm an empath through and through. I can meet strangers and they can feel completely at home with me. And not being that for the last 2 years, like being detached from family, being detached from, you know, a big important job, even being semi-detached from my own daughter, not by choice. You know, it's been really a struggle, but it's really forced me to look at myself, to lean on my own ancestors, and to learn to love the company I keep by myself. I fucking love me. And that's what I want for other people. Because when you do love you, you don't give a fuck about posting crazy rants on your Facebook page, even if no one's watching. But with the hope and the prayer that someday the world will be watching. Not because I want to be famous, oh God, fuck no. But because I know I have a fucking story to tell. And if I could just let you see with my eyes what I see. And you'd have astigmatism and everything would be blurry, but seriously, you could see the whole world and what's going on. And then you want to fix it just like I do. And it all starts here. And the more people that open their eyes to that, the quicker we can make that change. So I am trusting the process, as we say in recovery. I am trusting the universe. I'm trusting that every fucking thing, even the words that are coming out of my mouth, including the curse words, are exactly as they're supposed to be said. Even if I get criticized, even if I don't survive another day, I know that everything is happening exactly as it should be. And that is so fucking powerful. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm really not. I'm not. And that, my dear, is peace. And that's what I wish for everyone else. So, all right, I have blabbed on enough. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. It's going to take fucking hours to upload. But I'm going to upload it so that I put it out on the YouTubers. I have no views whatsoever, and I'm okay with that. Actually, I'm kind of like, but it's me keeping track. Like I said, this is a journal for me. It's me, my notes for the Earth Angel story novella, and my journal. And I really do, I hope that if something does happen to me, my daughter will have record of her mama being batshit crazy, but totally in love with herself. And my daughter will know how much I fucking love her. Because the reason I talk about this shit is because I don't want my baby girl to be raised in the world I was. I don't want anybody's kids to. No mas. So, all right, enough of my babbling. I love you, and I will see you soon.